Me and Polly broke up right before I turned 21. And me and Polly got into our last fight.
She grew up different than I did. I didn't go through that where I never had a man put his hands on me because he probably feared you.
He didn't put his hands on me. It's far different.
There's no difference. It's a mental beating he's trying to give you.
After we broke up, my whole life changed. Now that I don't have someone on my back telling me what I can and can't do or how I look doing it, I do what I want to do. And I thank God for that, honestly.
Hello, you guys. How are you doing today?
We're great. How are you?
Amazing.
I'm well. Thank you so much. Karina, welcome back to New York. How does it feel to be back in town?
Yes, I'm super happy to be back. I love New York. Even though I wasn't born here, I feel like I was raised by all New Yorkers. So this is home to me.
Absolutely. And now you're single and you're employed. How important is it to kind of create this new lifestyle and break the chain that you've seen in your previous family members?
It's been something that means a lot to me because of the way I grew up. I kind of grew up with my dad being away and my mom always out working, making sure that I always had a good life, no matter how much she was, going through what she was going through. But it's super important to me now in building my own path because people kind of look at my family and our last name as a certain way, whether it's good, bad, there's stories out there, but I'm moving in a positive direction and I am building a name for myself. And, I want to inspire young women to be independent. And I was in a previous relationship and it's super important to, get out of some toxic ways and better yourself and focus on yourself and turn it into a positive direction.
Absolutely. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all of that and moving forward. Karen, now that you're in New York, are you physically closer to your boyfriend? Tell me a little bit more about him.
Yes. So I have built a relationship with a man I've been friends with for years. And we were actually working on his case, helping to bring him home. He was sentenced to a life in prison. And I'm just dedicated to that right now. He is not currently incarcerated here in New York, but not far. It's in South Carolina. And I travel to see him, but pretty much I really honestly have been working so hard with all the laws that have changed, the climate within the courtrooms that are going on. There's so many emotions. There's so many people coming home from prisons. The laws are changing. So I am just here to be a voice for him and other people. Once a person goes to prison, it's like they lose their voice and they're just counted out in life, but they're human beings. And, there has been so many harsh sentences that, I believe people can change. They made mistakes in life and they do deserve a second chance.
Absolutely. How often do you go to visit him in South Carolina?
Prior to the pandemic, it was, I'd say like once a month. But now, just because the visits have changed, they're behind plexiglass, you have to wear a mask the whole time. It's actually very hard to visit a federal inmate or any inmate, I believe, in states with all the new regulations. It's been about 2 months since I've seen him.
So I love that you're bringing this storyline to television screens. Why did you feel like it was really important for viewers, especially with the audience of MTV, to see this side of life?
Because I think it's a side that people really don't talk about. It has been getting a lot of traction currently. I think Kim Kardashian has brought a lot of prison reform to the forefront, and there are other celebrities doing that. And I just think that, if there is a platform to be able to explain, like, people make mistakes. Not everybody in prison is a bad person. And, I know that I've made mistakes in my life and have paid the consequences for it, but I'm not locked away forever. So this was something that him and I spoke about. It's something that I spoke about with the producers on the show, and it was very important to me. And like I said, the main focus here isn't just a love story. It's not a relationship like that. This is about, what it is for a person who is fighting for someone that they love in prison, what they have to go through, the daily struggles, the setbacks, you work so hard to just be denied, dismissed. That's like a common, thread amongst people fighting for prison reform.
You mentioned Kim Kardashian. Is that somebody that is almost like a role model to you as you continue this prison reform work?
she's definitely somebody that inspired me, and I commend her as well as other people that are speaking out, because like I said, if you have a platform, it's good to be able to speak for people that don't. And there are so many people that, because of the laws that have changed, have been able to come home and now they're able to speak out, but there are so many people that are still, locked behind bars without a voice. And it's like, if they're going to change laws, it has to balance out. It has to be fair, but I don't think we're completely there 100%. And that's why it's so important for people to keep speaking on it and show that these people are not forgotten about.
Absolutely. What has this passion taught both of you about our legal system?
For me, it's personal, and I actually got to, kind of understand a little bit more about prison reform. Social media is everything, and I'm seeing it more and more, and especially seeing my mom fight for, someone she loved to come home who has a life sentence every day. I decided to get involved and kind of understand these cases and how some people are getting their life sentences overturned. My father was away, my whole life growing up. So it is important to be able to fight for people, who are behind bars, who are missing out on their kids' lives. And I understand people get in situations, but not everyone deserves the sentencing that they did get.
Right. And I also, from my experiences, can see a side of the justice system that can be corrupt. And we actually do kind of dig into that on this series as well. And, some situations are just unfair. But because a person, and I felt like for me to be able to speak out, people would just take me with a grain of salt because of my past experiences and be like, who is she to speak out on this? But when you really start to realize that there are so many people that are locked away for things that didn't do, or people who just have, extreme sentences that, don't deserve to be in there for as long as they are, it kind of, makes me feel like something that I want to be able to lend my voice to.
Yeah, it seems like you've learned a lot from this whole experience. Is there anything as a mother that you're looking at your daughter and you hope that she learns as you go through this entire process for someone that you love?
I think just everything that I see in Karina already, I'm proud of. And she's a very strong, independent woman. And I think coming from the background that I came from, so many people have an opinion or they'll judge you. And if you believe in something wholeheartedly with everything inside of you, don't make people's opinions ever stop you from truly fighting for what you believe in.
And Karina, is this process that you're watching your mom experience something that's kind of leading you towards thinking about a possible career in prison reform?
I think it's something more that my mom has her whole heart in. This is something that I would love to shed light on and use my social media to continue to shed light on. But as far as career-wise, I think I have my heart set on finance and, building my own brand, and I kind of going in the path that I want to go in. So.
Well, I love that. Continue doing you. I mean, you're killing it as a woman in a very male-dominated space. So that's a very important thing as well. When your boyfriend is finally freed, we're going to speak as if it's happening. What are the first things that you want to do with him? Like, tell me all about that day and everything that you want to plan to do.
I think that he has children. And I see how much Karina missed out from her father not being here. So I think my greatest gift of him coming home would be able to see the expressions on his kids' faces. Even though they're older now, they miss so much of his life and he's missed so much of theirs. And he even has grandkids now. So just definitely being around friends, family, people that have supported him through the years, and just celebrating life with everyone that we love.
That's so important. A welcome home party. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And you guys are really going to make an impact this season because these are important topics that affect everyone, and it's important for people to know about it.
Yes. And there's so much more. So I'm excited for you guys. This season is definitely a must-see.
Ooh, what a little tease. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I don't want it to just be, oh, that's Sammy the Boat's granddaughter. Oh, that's Karen Gravano's daughter. I want people to know that I'm my own person.
Don't miss MTV's docuseries, Families of the Mafia.